Delaware in the building. Y'all ain't ready for the Delaware takeover. Y'all not ready for this unique style and creativity that everybody in the world wants to see. Nas and Jay is bringing it, and everything they bring got that Delaware swag.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to your evening sip of local news, what's happening, and
real world mess.
We really got to make sure we get t-shirts with Hey Everybody.
Okay. I support it.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll get that. We'll get that done before the year's out.
Yes, absolutely. Say who you are first.
My name is Jay Porter Street Jr. I am your local singer, songwriter, artivist.
Oh my.
Man of the camera.
Oh God.
And man for the children's.
All right.
And there you go.
And I am very tired.
That's not the temperature check. Who are you? Who are you, child? Tell the peoples who you is.
Tired can be a noun at this point. It's got its own life. Naja.
You are the award-winning, state award-winning artist supreme singer of the Delaware University. I'm just saying things.
What?
I don't know. Go ahead, describe yourself.
Oh my God. I'm here. I am here. It's just one of them days.
Boom.
I need to get some of them sandals. Temperature check.
Who's going first today?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll go first.
All right.
I am tired. I'm good.
You took my line.
We can both be tired. I'm in a pretty good mood, but I'm tired. Let me tell you why I'm tired. Last night at about 2 a.m., the fire alarm went off. and let me tell you something. We're going to talk about our ages respectively in a little bit longer in the show, a little bit later in the show. But I was pleased to know that if I hear 2 fire beeps, I'm already at the steps. You know what I'm saying? Like, the boy is still quick. I am up and out.
The boy is
still quick. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what set it actually off. I'm suspecting it was the spider or something that walked across. But it gave like 2 loud rings, and I flew, to the steps. And as soon as it stopped, I stopped. The kids came downstairs, and basically it took everyone forever to get back to sleep.
You're like a guard dog.
I am.
You are. Every time you describe to me a time where something has popped off at night,
I move.
You are like, burp.
And I that is pretty exactly correct. And I move with the swiftness of yeah. So, but I couldn't go back to sleep because it was like, pew! And I'm like, then you got to check the house to make sure that, like, you don't smell smoke anywhere and make sure there's no problems. And the kids are like, Dad, are we good? And I'm like, yeah, we're good. Like, just go back to sleep.
You sure you weren't a cop in another life?
No, because I don't like telling people what to do.
That's a lie.
No, I really don't. I don't like telling people what to do. I'm more of the fireman. I'm more like Terrence, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to save your ass. So I took a while to go back to sleep. I'm burnt out, but I'm okay. I'm just sleepy as hell. Yeah.
Okay.
Temperature check. Naj, how are you?
Burnt out. Just that. Burnt out.
That's all we're gonna say? That's fine. I'm just acting.
My nail girl effed up my nails. It's cold. Like, when you bring the toes out for the season, I do not intend to put them back.
Look at what I'm wearing on today's show. I'm back in flannel.
I came here in a coat. I did not intend on putting my toes back.
And we've said before on the show, like, we are both generally the color of chicken soup, if not lighter.
I'm not trying to go back. I refuse.
And we worked hard over the past week and a half.
Yes, I've been in the sun. Okay, I have eaten the sun.
All Saturday, I let myself cook, trying to slang them prints.
Crispy.
And it's about to all be taken back. And I'm not here for it.
It's not right.
It's not right.
It's not right.
Yeah.
I don't know where I am. There's so many things. So to the people who are so overwhelmed with emotion and don't know how to describe it, I'm with you. I'm right there.
That's fair.
I'm right there with you. So just pray for me. That's it. Just pray for me. All right.
Cool.
Flowers.
Flowers. Let's get these. Oh, here we go, messing up again.
Oh, here we go. You're fired.
I'm fired.
I'm cutting your
flowers.
pay.
Flowers.
I'm docking your pay.
The flowers are looking good, Mike. All right,
I gotta change that. I'm gonna try and get that done.
No, it should honestly be one of my flowers. It's kind of absurd that it's not.
Oh my god!
Like I mean,
right.
You know, seriously.
Because I'm not giving you all of that.
Why not?
Why are you?
Why you gotta act like that?
So, Irina Turner, right?
No, that's from last week. Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't she?
Well, sure. We can talk about it more.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Well, you go from your end because I didn't expect that one.
From the festival.
Yeah, speak from your heart. Your heart.
It was great that so the festival was the Wilmington Street Food Festival.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really understand it. I think if you have nothing to do and you want to do something, I know.
Okay,
I'm trying to give context.
Sorry.
If you had nothing to do and you just wanted to get out, it was an option for that. But it didn't really feel Wilmington. But what was Wilmington was Irina bringing together a collective of artists to vend. And we had a great time. We learned.
We did learn.
We learned. Shout out or flowers to Jimmy Thompson.
Yeah, man.
For help, and his wife for helping us out because we walked in there like, hey guys, what's up? Hi. And it was a disaster.
Yeah.
For like the first 20, 30 minutes, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
But we got it together and, just we're able to just commune with our peoples. And that was really nice. So show flowers to her for bringing us all together and giving us a space in that festival.
So I should pick up off of that. I definitely I'm actually glad you said that because I would have forgotten to say this and that would have been bad. Flowers definitely to Jimmy Thompson. He has been number one. I couldn't believe he's as old as he is.
How old is he?
Remember he said he was 58.
No, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, you were.
I was?
Yeah. And you were like, you don't look that. Yeah.
No.
So he looks great. And I say all that to say that he's been doing this for a really long time. And when I say doing this, I mean selling art, vending. And, this is really my second time doing it. And I was woefully unprepared. I learned what I needed to learn. Boy. But Jimmy was instrumental in helping me to get everything together and organize and give me ideas. Because as we were sitting there all day, he was making suggestions, and his wife too. His lovely wife was making suggestions too, and it was really helpful. And he was, he's reached out to me before to like do some kind of a show, and I hadn't actually talked to him and met him before, and I was a little bit nervous because I knew that I was going to be kind of stuck with him all day. The man is super cool, like he just a cool dude, and we were just totally chill all day. Doing what we do, which is sell our art. And it was an honor for me to be in the presence of all of those people because they are tried and true dedicated artists.
Jay is really struggling with his artist identity as a photographer.
I'm not struggling because I definitely accept and am excited about the potential of it, but it is really cool to have only been shooting for 3 years and to be sitting next to KO. Like that's really an honor for me, and it's like wow, like imagine if you're a super legit singer and you've always known it, but if you looked up and you're sitting around, some people that you really respect all of a sudden, and you're all working together in tandem, it's like you're gonna be like, oh man, oh my god,
because I know my shit good.
Y'all let me play, you know what I'm saying?
I can roll with the big dogs.
Listen, I'm glad I know
you can roll with the big dogs.
I can roll. I know that I can roll with the big dogs musically.
Oh,
but but I wasn't sure if I could hang with the.
We couldn't. Everything was flying everywhere.
Literally. So shout out to Jimmy for helping us. And then you got any more flowers? Because I also got.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just want to send condolences really quickly To my soft girl, Marshall. She lost a family member.
I didn't know that.
And she's got some other stuff going on, and all my soft girls, just sending
Marshall
love
is
to
the sweetest.
Yes, sending love to all my soft girls, and condolences to Marshall. And love you so much.
Absolutely.
Flowers to Tahira.
It's your birthday, baby.
Happy birthday.
She don't want to hear that. She wants to say happy birthday.
Well, I'm gonna sing it poorly then.
Yeah, sing. Okay.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ew.
She turned 60.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, black don't crack.
Wait, I think she turned 63, and then
They look fantastic.
Miss Ray Jones Avery
Looking fantastic.
turned 60 something. Let me tell you something.
She might be.
I can't wait till I'm 60, because if I look half as good as them women, then we're on the right track. Okay?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. You are one of my favorite people, period. You know what I'm saying, Tahira?
Let's drink to that.
Let's drink to that.
Where is that?
Right,
Oh,
right.
okay.
Her. And I have said this. Where's your shot glass? You placed it somewhere. Oh no, here it is.
Okay.
I need to be very explicit about this. And I've said this to a few people, but I have a short list of people that have never given me a single red flag.
Oh my God, she's definitely one of them.
And she is one
Literally.
of them.
I knew that when I had her over for crabs and beer.
Listen.
And her daughter.
Listen. Tahira is
We gotta do that again.
Tahira is that woman. So
yes.
My dear big sister, I love you.
We love you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
This one's for you. You know what I'm saying?
And this one's for you and Miss Ray Jones Avery and Miss Tynetta Brown.
I love it. Boom.
What are we drinking?
This is coconut.
Ooh, excuse me.
This is
when you
who
ladies
makes it though? 1800 coconut.
When you need a little something to.
It matches your pants.
When you ease the pain. Go ahead. That's the one.
Who actually sang that?
Are you kidding me? Lisa Fisher.
Lisa Fisher. Golly, gotcha.
How can I ease the pain when I know you're coming back again? How can I ease the pain from my heart? She sang that at the concert. I got to meet her.
I know.
I hugged her.
Oh my God.
I got to hug her. Oh my God. She's amazing. All right. Flowers to Ken Grant.
Why this
on
time?
His 20-year wedding anniversary to his lovely
Mr.
bride. Yes, Mr. Everywhere. Yes.
We got to get him a shirt that says Mr. Everywhere.
Yes, we do. Mr. Everywhere.
Ken, don't forget, I know you're going to hear this at some point. You are Mr. Everywhere.
Oh my God, I love that. I'm going to go home and I'm literally going to design it. But happy anniversary to 20 years. That is an amazing accomplishment, especially when people don't, marriages either don't happen or they don't last long.
My parents are 50 this year. They get to
50?
December, 50th year.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But that means that's a whole life.
That's a whole life.
That's a whole life. Yo, you're not even 50.
Listen.
My God.
They've been married for as long as I've been alive.
Okay. And last bit of flowers.
I'm all for the flowers.
Okay. So the Delaware State Housing Authority posted about this young couple. After their rent increased $100 a month for the second year in a row, Tavon and Sierra, both 19 years old, decided to go all in and buy a home. They found a realtor on TikTok and took advantage of the Delaware State Housing Authority's Welcome Home Mortgage Program for first-time homebuyers to purchase their detached ranch home.
That's dope.
That is awesome. Amazing. Flowers to you both. And I hope you have many more houses to come later in your life. Take care of it. Ask for help when you need it. You're not alone. But yeah, those are all the flowers that we have.
That's a lot of flowers today. I love that.
I love that.
I love doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about what's happening in local news.
Okay. Local news.
I wonder how Hanif would say that.
Way cooler than anyone else could.
I want to hear. Maybe we should get him to do our transitions.
That's actually a brilliant idea. Quietly. No, I'm not playing. Like
We should do it.
no, it's actually something that we could definitely do.
Hanif.
It's like, how would he say real world mess?
Right, Hanif, we about to call you.
We're about to call you. That's actually a brilliant on the go idea. That would set it off.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Pull up the video of Lyrical Math. Can you or no?
You said don't do it.
Oh, don't do it? Okay.
Well, it would take some running.
No. Okay, so I just want to, we'll put this back.
Let me see how quickly I can move.
Okay, well,
Keep
Keziah
talking.
Finney
Yep.
is the co-owner, her and her husband own Lyrical Math, and they go around to different schools to teach math, but by rapping.
Yep.
And when I tell you that kids love her, I mean adore her. And I went and looked her up on Apple Music and listened to all of her music. I hate math. Math hates me. But when I listen to Keziah, when I listen to her do her raps about math, not only do I feel like I can rap, but I also feel like I can do math and that math likes me.
Right.
So if you've never heard of it, I need you to look up Lyrical Math.
Yeah.
And I need you to go listen to it. If your kids are struggling with math, go to her website, go to the Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, and have them listen to this. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
So what we will do, since I didn't think we were going to have it on the show, is I will post it up on our website.
Yes.
Or on our page.
Yeah.
Because what she is doing is really important and significant.
Yeah.
Because not only is she's speaking the language that the children she's serving speaks.
Yes.
And she's speaking it also in a universal way. She's speaking in terms of music. She's speaking in terms of rhyme and rhythm. And she's making math fun.
Yeah.
And at that age, it's really important and it's really valuable if you can do that. So quietly, she is.
She's a trailblazer.
She's a trailblazer, but she's one of the people doing the most important work.
We couldn't show it now, but we'll post it on the page.
Yeah.
There's a video of her walking into the class with her mic, and the kids are going crazy over her song, and they're hyped. They're jumping around, they're dancing, they're rapping with her.
Yeah.
And all while this is happening, they are learning. And the funny part is, I don't know if they even understand that they are. What do you call it when you are listening and you're not realizing that you're processing it, but you are?
Subconsciously? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh God, no. There's another way. There's another term for
Passively? I don't know.
I don't know. But long story short, they're like, oh, she rapping. You know, we're having fun. This is math class. But they're really, really learning something.
Yeah.
Journey adores her. Journey absolutely adores her.
But that's the same principle as like Sesame Street. Sesame Street.
Yeah.
It's like you're learning.
Which has been saved.
You are learning with entertainment. And
yes.
I could go down this rabbit hole right now, but that is the real value of being able to entertain somebody.
Yeah.
The ability to keep someone's attention to learn something that's important.
Yeah.
That's using the gift of entertainment and being able to hold someone's attention in the proper way.
Yeah.
She does that.
So go look up Lyrical Math. I promise you won't be.
And she just cool. She's a sweetheart.
Oh my God. I love her.
She's just a sweetheart.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Allergies.
And this is local news because it's only in this area.
So Delaware, for the next 2 or 3 days, we're not in the danger zone.
Mm-hmm.
We all right.
Mm-hmm.
But for the next 15 days, we're still in the high range of high pollen and all that.
Yep.
So the people with allergies, we still suffering.
Mm-hmm.
I have never in my life experienced the type of allergic reactions or allergen symptoms that I've had over the last several weeks.
This year's been your worst one.
It's been my worst one.
That's funny because this is how it is for me every single year.
No, I only developed allergies after I had the twins.
Yep.
And it's gotten worse each year. But this year it has been exceptionally bad. Like it's almost like something is sitting in between my nose and my throat, and I can't cough or snort it out. Like
I thought I had COVID last night.
it's so bad.
And then it slowly dissipated, and I woke up and I realized that I had been outside for like 2 hours with my kids, not my kids, but like my kids, at the school where I work, playing football, throwing the football, running around, sucking in all the pollen I could. And my body was like, this is the flu, bro. Like it's horrible. What are you doing to us? Get inside. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
It's horrible. So the culprits for this area, it's tree pollen, grass pollen, and ragweed pollen.
I could pervert this so quickly.
Yes, you could.
But I won't.
I saw a meme that was like, the trees are waiting for you to open your mouth. I was like, no. So tree pollen will be low from May 21st and almost none May 22nd. Same with grass pollen. It'll be moderate for grass pollen. It was today and for tomorrow. And then ragweed won't be an issue
if
Thursday.
I can just get to June, Lord have mercy.
I know. And then how do we manage it? So you have antihistamines. Right. Stay inside. Antihistamines. Allegra, Benadryl, Claritin, nasal sprays. You can get that all over the counter.
I don't think
but there's been a recent, oh God, what do you call it? Not a recall, but a notice has gone out by the FDA.
I just suffer.
Where if you take, what's the Z one? Zyrtec. If you take it religiously and then you stop, it'll cause itching. Like full body itches.
I take nothing.
So
I'll just manage
be careful with Zyrtec, but you have antihistamines.
Unless it's shutting your body down,
also,
just deal with the discomfort.
Watch the weather. Look for high winds. If it's super windy out, stay your butt inside. And then taking a shower, because taking a shower will rinse all of the pollen off of your body. And I do notice that helps. And then also the steam from the shower helps you with breathing. So I wish you all good luck.
Yeah.
Also, there are proposed tax adjustments in the city of Wilmington to reflect impact of reassessments, according to Mayor Carney. That's all I'm going to say about that, because so go look it up if you're upset with your tax reassessments.
So I'm going to take that to jump right into our inspirational story of the week. And I'm going to be very brief with this, but we're going to talk about it. So first off, let me do it this way. I'm going to show you guys the picture of these wonderful people. Hold on for a second, please. Where did
you were supposed to be ready?
Yeah, I know. Fair enough.
Real professionals.
Yeah,
professionals be ready.
This is who we're talking about. The two farmers who made history opened Houston's newest Black-owned farmer-operated grocery store. Now I'm going to read to you about these wonderful people so that you understand what they are doing. And I'm keep it brief still. So Ivy Lawrence Walls and Jeremy Peaches, farmers from Houston, opened Fresh House Grocery to bring fresh, locally sourced produce to Sunnyside, a USDA food desert. Their Black-owned store revives access to healthy food where grocery options have been scarce for decades. They're turning Black Wall Street history into a fresh future for their community. And that, my friends, as far as I'm concerned, is there's nothing more you can do as a human. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing all of the good work in a way that's cool, in a way that is meaningful, and it's valuable for everybody. And I don't know, I got into gardening for basically 1 year until my son came and I didn't have any time, but I know you've gotten into it more so than me. So maybe you can speak on it a little bit in terms of, just how you see it. I don't know.
I love gardening.
Yeah.
I love growing my own vegetables and fruits. Unfortunately, this year, my garden won't happen because I just don't have the time. But it is peaceful, and it's also really exciting because when you have that first harvest of your cucumbers or your tomatoes, I even grew chickpeas one time.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
by
impressive.
accident.
By accident?
By accident.
What the hell?
I grew a pumpkin by accident and a cantaloupe by accident because squirrels.
That's hysterical.
Squirrels and birds. So when
they bring stuff all around and
they
drop it,
don't-
and okay.
Right.
That's hysterical.
Yes. But I'm telling you, if everyone in your neighborhood grew something, you could open up a vegetable stand.
The thing is, from my end,
and they taste better. Like a tomato, like what I would do is I'll grow cherry tomatoes, and I will go out back and just pick them and eat them. Because I don't use pesticides, I don't use stuff like that. I just water them, and what happens to them is what happens to them. Some people cover them, but fresh off of the vine, it's completely different than what you get in the market.
So I should say this. Number one, I joke around, and sometimes I use like a Southern accent in that country, but my grandfather was a farmer from Lewis, who like the whole family like were specialists in corn. And when I was a kid, I remember him having a full giant garden in his backyard that he tilled and worked and grew watermelons and all kinds of he had rows of different kinds of vegetables and fruits all there. And I never realized that 45 years ago how revolutionary he's doing that in the middle of the city, right off of DuPont and Chestnut Street, like right on the block, just like turning that into a real source of food. And I remember when I grew kale for one summer, literally. And I'm so domesticated, I guess you could say, that it was weird for me to be like, I can just pick this out of my box and like put it on a table and eat it. It was like I couldn't believe that this was a thing that I could actually like do, because I'm so used to going to Wegmans and just buying stuff that I was like, this is actually how life really works. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because the man tries to get you to...
It's true, though. You're actually
to think
right.
that you can't do nothing with your hands and in the ground in which you live on. It is your birthright to create life through plants.
And that's facts. Like, I'm glad that we have farmers. We need farmers.
I can't wait. I'm going to be a farmer one day.
But
I'm going. I would have been through Del State.
Literally, even though I live in a like sort of quasi city environment where I am, like if I took all of my neighbors on just this street and
you got good neighbors too.
We could easily feed each other as a community between the grass in our backyards and everyone's collective knowledge.
But y'all playing.
But we playing. If everybody said, we're gonna put 3 cows in the backyard, some goats, and just use all the little bit of grass that we have to grow the basic necessities, we wouldn't need to go to the store. And it's like, it's really, we talked earlier about how we don't utilize our resources enough. Like we know everybody collectively. Between the two of us, we probably could talk to Prince. Like one of us knows how to get a hold of like Michael Jordan, and it's just like we don't really dig. But it's the same principle. And
you know what's crazy? Like some states and some counties and cities are trying to make it illegal.
Because big business.
Yep. Like you can't.
Elon Musk, I see you, boy.
You can only have but so much of your own garden.
God forbid you're independent.
And then if you have
you can't feed the system.
And when the wind blows, seeds blow. So if for some reason somebody got wind of your local garden, literally, they got wind of your local garden and they went and tested some of your plants, and those seeds migrated in, and some of their seeds migrated into your garden, they could sue you. And there's nothing you could do about it.
Absurd.
There's nothing you could do about it. It's disgusting. Either way, I love gardening. And this is what it teaches you. It teaches you patience. Patience, which a lot of us do not have. Don't even realize that we don't have it. Because you have to, when you plant the seed, number one, you have to plan it out. You got to plan it out, like how you're going to do it, learn about it. When can you plant outside?
There's no Wi-Fi high speed for potatoes.
Nope. Then you have to wait for it to sprout. Then you have to wait for the real leaves. I can't remember the name of it, but like it starts with these little sprout leaves, and then when it matures, it has the actual plant leaves, and the baby leaves fall off. Then you have to figure out, okay, where to put it in your yard and how to keep the aphids and the caterpillars and the things off of it, how to protect it, and then when to harvest it and what plants, like companion plants, to grow with it. Like there's so much patience.
Like art, it makes you pay attention to life.
Yes. And that's what I love about it, because we get so caught up in catching everything at the drop of a dime, social media scrolling. You got to know all the news now. With gardening, they don't care. They're like, you know what?
Instead of paying attention
5
to what
to 7
Diddy's
days.
spreading on himself.
Literally. The plant is like, I said 5 to 7 days.
Watch the tomatoes.
5 to 7 days, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, and you better wait till the last frost has passed before you put me in the ground.
You better watch the weather report.
You better watch the weather.
You might need to bring some of them seedlings inside for a little bit. But it makes you pay attention.
When I first bought my house, that was one of the first things I did.
Really?
Yep. Okay. I didn't know what I had never done that in my life. Like never. Yeah. My mom didn't do it. My dad didn't do it. My dad was
that's
like,
why I'm ashamed. I'm a shameful person. You should be.
I'm ashamed for you.
I have nothing.
Yeah. So my mom told me that in Chester, her grandparents in their front yard had a garden. Listen.
Like, streets are farmers.
And what are you? A pig.
And we'll get to PEPPA soon. But, like, as I'm actively thinking through this in this moment right now, if there's one thing, this is funny, I'm literally coming up with this right now.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about I can't tell you what tribe in Africa that, all that. But if there's one thing I can tell you for sure about my lineage, 1,000% on my paternal lineage is farmers. Streets are farmers.
My God.
For generations back. We are hunters and farmers. And I don't do none of it.
I actually don't know what my family is.
I know that, and it's embarrassing.
I don't.
I should be able to tell you so much about corn. You know what I'm saying? I should tell you exactly where to plant it, where you can do it, what variety.
Hold on. I don't know what my family does. Like, I don't know what they drink.
That's what we're doing tonight. You might have had some bootleggers in the family. You know what I'm saying? You might have.
I need to research that.
You might have.
What did my family do? What does your family? What is your family like? Okay, so your family was farmers. My family was military. A lot of my family
might be some warriors.
Was in the military.
You might have some Ashanti warriors. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. Y'all tell us what your family what they did. Like, what was their thing? I also know, my grandfather had a record label and was working with artists, but it was just him. But I don't know what they did. I think it was in Alabama that he's from. I have to ask my dad, but there wasn't I don't remember hearing anything that you could pinpoint for my family. I could tell you what different family members were good at, but I can't say
yeah.
And that's odd.
I don't know if it's odd. I don't know. Even if I think about some of my...
a lot of us got diabetes.
But even if I think about my Caucasian friends, one of my best friends is Greek. He can trace some of his he knows that his family is from a specific mountain region in Greece, Naupaktos, and he knows he's funny because he's a really intelligent guy.
They grow olives or something?
He's listen, at the end of the day, I'm a Greek hillbilly. That's who his family, the hillbillies, they grew up in the mountains just doing mountain people stuff, and he's the Greek version of that.
Doing mountain people stuff.
Yeah.
What is that?
Exactly.
What is mountain people stuff?
Hunting and farming and just living off of the land. He's the Greek version of that. That's where he comes from.
And now he's doing teeth.
And now he's doing teeth. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah.
I need to. We're gonna come back to this because I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
What did my family do? Because the funny part is the military was my mom's side.
Okay.
Or was it? Oh God, this is horrible. But I can say there are a lot of artists in my family. There are a lot of singers.
So that would suggest to me if we went back in time and like went back 1,000 years, that you might have some. I wouldn't be surprised to find that you have some spiritual people in your lineage, like
What you
genuine,
mean?
like spiritual. Like there's a fine line between, especially music and the spirit world. If we're going to keep it a being, like it is a spiritual thing. It's a very powerful thing, and if you have that in your family, I wouldn't be surprised if you have some type of part of your lineage that is that are deeply spiritual people who practice it and preach it.
Yeah. That's interesting. You say that. I know my mom always talked about like dreams.
Like you think of shamans and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Dreams have always been a huge thing in my family. Like all of the women.
And music is so connected to that space.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you as musicians, we can both understand that 3:30 in the morning is like
right before I go to sleep, like right as I'm dozing, but I'm not completely asleep.
That's a different consciousness.
Yes.
It's a different space.
Like I can't move, but I can hear a melody and I can see the words being typed as I'm drifting. And so I have to force myself to get up to write it real quick. Jill Scott talked about that. Like,
no, it's a
she keeps a pen and paper by her bed.
Yep.
Interesting. What were we talking about?
Farming.
Oh, okay. I'm going to be a farmer one day.
You will farm.
I will farm my heart away.
You will farm the notes for the melodies.
All right. Real world mess. Oh, God. The world is messy, child. The world is messy. I just want Trump to shut up. That's number one.
Basically.
That's the story. That's the segment. Just shut up.
So are we going to go ahead and jump into the dark side and talk about Cassie?
Oh my God.
And let's just have it out. And I'm going to let you do what you got to do. See what you got to say.
So.
Hold on. No. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I need people to understand that when in an abusive situation, you do anything you can to appease your partner so as not to deal with the repercussions. So if it means that you have to answer something enthusiastically as if you want to do it and you're excited to do it, and you have to initiate something as if you want to do it and you're excited to do it, you will, so that you don't get your ass beat, so that you don't have to deal with every bit of wrath that you know that they're capable of. Mental, emotional, and physical abuse are all damaging, period. And unless you have been in an abusive relationship yourself, you cannot talk about what this woman has said on the stand. You cannot. And you know what? For the people who have never been in those situations, I am so happy for you. I am so happy that you have never been in those situations, because I wouldn't wish that on anyone. The fact that there are so many people who just swear up and down that they know everything, and because she talked like this, or because of the money, or blah 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 blah, you think you have an opinion that is Bible? Shut up. Shut up. It'd be the same, and it's funny because it's not just men and it's not just women, it's both sides. It's both sides. To me, it shows a level of immaturity. It shows a lack of empathy. It shows denial.
What shows?
When you refuse to understand or even try to understand what this woman went through. And I want to also say this. Let's step out of the Cassie Diddy situation, right? And let's just look at a woman and a man in a relationship, and a woman is doing everything she can to keep a man from harming her. If she knows what triggers him, she's going to do everything she can so as not to trigger him. That could be your mom, it could be your aunt, it could be your cousin, it could be your daughter, it could be your wife being abused by someone else, and you have no idea. I just need everyone to shut up with their opinions, because the other thing you don't realize.
Not everybody. I don't think
The people who I'm talking about are the ones who have no idea what it's like to be in an abusive situation and have never seen an abusive situation. That's the other thing. You may not have been in one, but maybe you're forgetting about the one that you witnessed. A friend going through something like that, a family member going through something like that, a coworker going through something like that. You don't pretend like you've never seen it. And then you got the people who are the abusers who are trying to chime in. It's so maddening because it's triggering. It is triggering to those women and to those men because it's men and women. Like abuse can happen to anybody.
So you see, I just shut up. Now I just let her explain her perspective because sometimes it's important, especially as a man, to just shut up and listen. And this as a person to shut up and listen. Nobody deserves to be dragged down the hall and beaten and smacked in front of a camera. Everyone saw that. There's no reason for that to happen. And there's nothing to suggest in anything that I've heard about the situation to say like, well, you know what? She said this, she did this. I'd have dragged her ass too. I am highly capable of violence. I'm very defensive of people I care about. Like I'm very capable of violence. I don't know who I would do that to. You know what I'm saying? Especially someone who is like, I would do it to a man who did something to my child. I'm gonna drag your ass down the hallway and beat the shit out of you, right? But if I know that you are completely defenseless and there's nothing you could ever do to hurt me because you're half my size, like you're a puppy dog, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no space for that. So there's no arguing whether or not she was abused. And that's kind of all that really matters.
I also want to be careful with that right there. It's not just about the size. Like, it's not just about the size.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
There is a manipulation. There's a manipulation to it. Like,
for sure.
When you're in a relationship, right, you have compromise, right? So give me something that you and Lisa compromise on.
I mean, I could think of a couple of them. So we compromise on, we definitely compromise on the bills. We definitely compromise on who gets time with, like how, time with the kids in terms of like how, when someone has to take all of it. You know what I mean? So those are two places.
But you do that, why?
Because it's a team. It's my partner. It's
okay,
my
but
teammate.
The partner part.
Yeah.
What do you mean when you say because that's my partner? You're doing it
because you care about
because
somebody.
You care about someone. Right. So what I'm trying to get people to understand is when you're compromising, you're doing it to make sure that this person knows that you care about them.
Absolutely.
Right?
And because you're just thinking like it's not fair.
So
like,
it starts there. It starts there. It starts with
like it's not fair for you to do everything. Right?
I'm doing this because I care about you.
For sure.
Right? Abuse.
And it's also fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Abuse starts there. It never starts with the smack in the face. It never starts with the calling out of your name. It never starts with the lying and trying to gaslight you. It starts with the compromise. I'm doing this because I care about you. Like I got you this house because I care about you. So I need you to love me, and I want you to love me because I did this because I care about you.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It starts there. And then it spirals into something else because then it's, I want you to stay in the house because I care about you. I don't want you to get hurt. Oh, I don't want you to wear that because I care about you and I don't want anybody touching you.
Right.
You know, I don't want you looking at another man because I care about you and I don't want no other man coming at you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It starts with Don't do that. I'm fine. No, I'm allowed to be angry because I'm tired. Because what I see on my timeline is a lot of know-it-all niggas who think they can say whatever they want and then walk in front of a woman or walk in front of someone who's been abused and think that everything's fine. It's not. Abuse comes in many shapes and forms. This is just one example of it that's been, polarized in the media. But this happens every single day. It happens in the lowest level. It happens, in your family. It happens at work. It happens at school. It happens in middle school. It happens in elementary school. It happens everywhere. And it drives me crazy that people are not willing to have empathy, that people have seen that video clear as day of him whooping her ass. And then when she has in a text message, oh yeah, I'm excited, that is your proof that she was not abused? When I'm sure she sent that text to keep from getting her ass whooped again. Because I'm sure if she pouted, there's a clip of Ike Turner talking to a reporter saying that, oh, Ann was, she was pouting. I kept asking her what was wrong. And she was like, nothing, Ike, nothing's wrong. Oh, and then she kept pouting. So I punched her in her face so she could stop pouting. So that was an example. That was an example right there. If you've never been through it, if you've never seen someone go through it, shut your mouth. Shut up, because you're triggering the people who have actually been hurt by it. I'm done.
If you are a man, this could get me in trouble, and I don't really care because I'm comfortable with that. This is kind of chauvinistic too. So feel free to tell me I'm an asshole. I feel that it's part of my responsibility. I'm very much a protector, and I mean that across the board. Like, even though I'm small and I'm not big, but like I'm always, from the kids that I work with to my home to my friends. Like we were talking earlier, like I function as the guard dog, and that's my role. And so how can you look at a man do that to a woman, and one of your thoughts is, well, what did she do? It's like, no. Like, your job is to step in and make sure that everything is good and safe and functional. You lead because you want to be the man, right? You want to be the leader and the one in charge and the boss, and you want to be the alpha male. Well, the alpha male protects. The alpha male makes sure that everyone is good and safe. You get it? So if your instinct is to be like, well, what did she do wrong to deserve that? Mm-hmm. No. It's like, yo, why are you doing that to her?
Or why are you doing that? Why didn't she leave?
What? And it's like, on the flip side, like, why is she still there? Because how could she still be there? Because he's a monster, keeping her in a cage.
Fear of not having anywhere to stay, no one believing her. Because here's the thing. And the way that what she thought was going to happen when she told her truth is what happened.
But yeah, and not
everybody has the same strengths. Some people can handle being bullied all their life.
Your point about you've seen this before or you're doing it is true.
Yes, absolutely.
And that is where it is, because if you've seen it before, you have two reactions. You've kind of either accept it or you push back against it. And if you've seen it before, I've seen it before. And that's why my instinct is, we're not letting this happen again. And if you do it, you're just a piece of shit.
And I want to address the why didn't she just leave? The one thing about abusive relationships was that I have to get this thought out. It's very rare that someone in a relationship, in an abusive relationship, is being hit on every day. When you go to work and you have good days and bad days, it's very much like that. Not every day is a bad day. And sometimes the good days are so good that you're like, you know what? I know that they're a good person at heart. I know that they love me. And if we have more good days like this, that bad day that we had where he almost broke my arm, I think I'll be fine. You try to hold on to the good days, and then the bad days happen again.
And
because you don't just stop loving people when you break up. You don't just stop loving somebody.
So
it's the same exact thing.
Another thought, this is sort of changing it, but in the same space, is like, again, as a man, like you're supposed to, you want to be the alpha man, you want to be the leader, right? So I've heard a lot of people talk about, like, you know, Megan maybe committed perjury against Tory Lanez, and
oh God,
and I don't want to open that story up, but again, my instinct, okay, yeah, no, I understand that people lie, like men lie against women and women lie against men. That happens, right? But also, there's this thing called discernment, where I have a very high capacity for recognizing scandalous assholes, right? Like, Cardi, no. Certain people seem really fun to be around, but I ain't gonna be hanging around because it looks dangerous. So, why are you hanging around people who would behave in such a manner? Because I guarantee you there are red flags. And as the man who's supposed to be able to, like, lead and put everyone in the right place, you want to be the alpha man, you want to be the gorilla, right? Then you need to be able to say to your team, your tribe, like, nah, she ain't the one for us to hang around because she's dangerous. And so why couldn't he make that decision? Like, nah, this is a dangerous situation.
Yep.
This person is not someone we can trust to have in our space because she'll wreck things. Why did that happen? Because as the man, you take the responsibility for making a bad decision, for having bad judgment, for having no discernment. Because maybe, but yo, she look good as shit, yo. And that, but you forgot about her character and you let that into your space. You didn't think about that. Like, take responsibility for the people you put around you. Man.
And I just want to say, on a more localized level,
you see my circle.
I pay attention. I hear a lot.
You see our circle.
Naj and Jay hear and see a lot.
You see our circle.
And I can tell you right now.
And I'm not perfect, but you see our circle.
I can tell you right now, Jay knows who not to walk away. Jay knows when he has to stay right by me. When I'm around certain people, when we're around certain people, he knows exactly when he needs to stay right there. Right there. And there is a collection of people, but like on a localized level that are being protected who are just as bad as Diddy.
No, but that's, you're 100% correct. And that's kind of the point. And I'm not trying to act like I'm perfect because I'm flawed in a lot of ways. But the point is that, and let's just take it into what I was saying about Tory Lanez, right? There are, like, let's say that it turns out that Megan Thee Stallion did commit perjury and lied on Tory, right? We collectively know shady or just dangerous women who we would be like, nah, you're not welcome in this space because it's going to be a problem in whatever capacity. And you have to be able to say
women
no.
and men.
And that's the whole point. So, yeah, maybe she lied, but again, I'm really in this place. I'm actually being super chauvinistic right now. No one's really catching it. But it's like, as the man who wants to be in control and lead the unit, you let a sucker into your team.
Listen, and the funny part is the same
and don't
people
complain. Oh, I didn't know these women have all these games that they can play and they fool you and they fool you. They dress up and they look good. You got fooled. Sorry.
The people
don't get fooled, sucker.
The people who hung out with Diddy.
You got pimped.
The people hanging out with Diddy are just like the people defending Diddy.
But like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, why did you let that woman into your circle? You should have seen from a mile away that she's trouble, sucker. Yeah.
I just, I really.
Tahira is grade A. No red flags. None. And I know who brings the red flags. If I had 2 more shots, I would start telling you the females I know who throw the red flags, and you don't see them around these parts. No.
Listen. They're just, I need people to zoom out a little bit, have empathy. And
Yeah.
And I would rather you say you don't have any experience in this and say nothing than you open your mouth and be completely wrong and completely hurtful and harmful, because there are a lot of people with daughters. There are a lot of people with young sons
And everybody got a mom.
And who are going to be looking up. Listen, this whole thing, you're online posting all of your comments and crap like that, and your young son is going to see that and see, oh, well, my mom, my dad was cool with this. Or there's going to be a young daughter who goes through something like that and is going to see these comments online and be like, oh, well, it wasn't that bad because blah, blah, blah. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now. The people who hung with Diddy and allowed all that to happen didn't stop him. They wanted the fame and money to go with it. The same people in the comments and the same people posting about it, y'all just like Diddy and his friends. You want some clout, so you're going to be okay with your friend acting an ass. You're not going to tell on him. You ain't going to correct him.
And you know he's an ass.
And you know he's an ass. On a localized level, we got a lot of people like that who are just allowing the assholes to just run free.
The only difference is they don't have as much money. And yeah.
Wake up, people. Wake up. My God. All right. I'm actually exhausted.
What's going on?
Yeah, let's just see what's going on around town. Oh my God.
Can I start with
Wait, real quick. Let's Peppa Pig. Real quick. I gotta talk about Peppa.
I'll bring up the slide. Go ahead.
Peppa Pig's mom had a baby. If you have young kids, yes, that was perfect. Peppa Pig is a top 10 hit in my house. And her mom welcomed a third little piglet named Evie. She is recovering and doing well, and they will be home soon. And Peppa is so excited, and George is so excited.
Peppa,
I just need George to learn a few more words, so that Evie, can move on up. But yeah, this is exciting.
Welcome, you.
Congratulations, Peppa. All right, what's going on around town?
Okay, so I'm actually going to start with my event first. Let me pull this thing up real quick. I got to find out where
your event.
Yeah. Oscar's event, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can see right there that Oscar de Paz has put together this event, Art and Activism. It's going to be at Huxley and Hero Presents, and it's basically, well, let me go back to it real quick so you see all the people on the event. Dr. Curry, Dr. Tracy Curry, me, and Jamila Abdullah, who's a chef, and I actually never met her before.
Is it Abdullah or Abdullah?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. But we will be there tomorrow night talking about art and activism. I call that artivism. And it's free. You should come out. We'll be there from 6 to 8. That's right along when the art museum has their thing. So maybe you can get to both. But if you really are jonesing for some art and activism, I'm just going to throw that out to you as an option. And it was at a smaller venue, and Oscar actually had too many people, so he had to change the venue to make it bigger.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a good problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to talk about that as someone, at least musically, who has lived that life for a nice chunk of time.
Don't yell at nobody.
I won't yell at anybody.
Try to keep it down.
I'm pretty
Don't
cool.
intimidate the other panelists.
I don't know. It depends, because if we start talking about certain subjects, it might jump out. But I'm excited for that event. So come out if you can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, we have.
So we should probably start with this one.
Okay, Brandywine Zoo. Native plant sale.
Yep.
The proceeds benefit Brandywine Zoo conservation programs, and that is this weekend. The
Hungry Delawareans.
I don't know when that is. I thought I grabbed it, but I didn't. So go look it up.
Oh my God.
The Hagley Museum and the food bank. Absolutely. And my good buddies, Noel and Jeremy, Work week wind down with Noelle and Jeremy, Friday, May 23rd, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Chancery Market.
You know, I gotta say that Jeremy's looking sharp in them
He
suspenders.
is looking sharp.
She's looking sharp in them
They
suspenders
are
with
so
the bow
cute
tie.
together.
He looks real genteel in this outfit right now. Like he might have some southern charm to him.
You know what? He look like he gonna have
should put on
a
a
good
seersucker.
lemonade.
Right. That's really funny. All right, we'll keep going.
Okay, then we have the Sculpture Garden happy hours. Yes, we are having a full 18 weeks of happy hours every Thursday from 5 to 7:30. And tomorrow we will be hosting Joshua David Barrett, former singer of the Wailers. So yeah, if you can make it, come on out.
This is great.
At the Nomad tomorrow, Sean Classic, 80s, 90s, 2000s, R&B, hip-hop, and reggae from 8 p.m. to 11. No cover, 905 North Orange Street.
I will say this every time you bring up Sean Classic. He is a DJ's DJ. He is born and bred and cut from the cloth of the traditional hip-hop DJ. He knows that craft very well. So if you want to hear that kind of DJ, the realest real DJs in my book, get out and see that. Good.
Okay, and then there's the Wilmington Community Outreach Walk, Thursday, May 22nd from 1 to 2 p.m., Lancaster Ave and Scott Street.
Oh, I didn't show it. Sorry. Check it out right there, guys. You see it? You see it? You see it? There it is. All right, keep going. This is actually really funny to me.
Then the Smyrna Circus this weekend, right? The 24th through the 26th.
Yeah.
So go look on Facebook and it'll tell you where it's at. I can't do everything. I can't do everything.
The worst.
And then our good buddy, friend to the show, Lenny Williams, West Center Cine Youth Program, Imagination Reading Circle, a gathering for inspiring young readers, Sunday, May 25th, 12 to 1:15.
Got any more? Yeah. Oh no, that is it.
That is it.
That is all.
That is what is going on.
Yeah.
I hope you had a good day. Sorry we yelled at you the last 20 minutes.
No, those things needed to be said.
They did.
Yeah, and I think honestly that we should probably repost that whole discussion about Cassie. I just
be kind to people. That's it. Just be
not
kind.
Just be kind. You know what it is, and then I'll stop.
Stop biting your nails.
No, I fundamentally have a problem with men who don't have a protective instinct. Like, I don't understand how you see that, and like your thought process, and maybe I'm not understanding part of it, is like, well, what did she do to deserve that? Or like all the things that she did. It's just like, fundamentally, look at that. That's not okay. What a dick. That's I don't know how any other perspective. Like I don't care how shady she is. She doesn't deserve to be dragged down the hall.
Yeah. And also,
it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna leave you on this note.
Like, and there's nothing. If there's anything that's clear from all of this, is that Puffy is a sick.
Oh yeah, he's a
monster.
Nasty, disgusting person.
He's a monster. Yep. So why are you doing anything to defend him? Well, like, there's no space to there's nobody with any common sense who'll be like, I'm gonna leave my kids with Diddy.
I think it's okay. I think it's interesting how it's okay for him to treat women the way he treats them, but then his daughters have to be heavily protected. That's interesting. That's so interesting. Because that reminds me of a lot of the people in the comments. Like, if it was your woman and your kid, you'd be ready to burn down somebody's house. But it's okay for other people's women and other people's kids to go through the things like that. Got it. And also, last thing we're going to say.
Like, hold yourselves accountable as men.
Last things we're going to say. The mind and the body don't always connect when it comes to sexual acts. I just want you to understand that. Your body reacts separately of your mind. Keep that in perspective. Good night. Go. And press the button. It's time to go.
Protect your women.
Go. Goodbye.
Fuck out of here.
Gotta go. We gotta go.